Hello, my new video. Today we're gonna take a look at the Shadow Ninetales with a costume here as well in the Open Great League. And you might ask yourself, why the hell would I want to watch a video about a Pokemon that you barely really see? Maybe just take a look at this video and take a look at what the Shadow Kanto Ninetales can do, because Scorching Sands plus actually we're running Fire Spin here for the better energy generation after Fire Spin got buffed, plus the Weather Ball is actually such a great combination. Well, we got only a shield here in the beginning and go down immediately afterwards because we encountered one of the worst possible leads for this team. We still have so much play with this Pokemon in the current meta. Why? Because so many people decide to run wigglytuff right now, or also Bastiodon, and Bastion is actually quite fine for you because we have the double super effective move Scorching Sands while still doing neutral damage with our fast move. And honestly, this Pokemon has quite a lot of play right now, and here first battle we're going to be able to win. So even a hard counter matchup in the lead did not really matter too much. Here we're going to encounter the Cresselia in the lead. That's going to be quite a neutral matchup for our lead of Wigglytuff. I know Wigglytuff is quite an annoying Pokemon, but this team here itself is a team that I showcased already, like I think 2 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago on this channel, and I kind of just wanted to revisit it because it was like such a random team that went so well for me, and honestly it is still such a strong team to use. Cresselia with Awkward Tail as a Say Swap, and also that Shadow Ninetales with the costume in the back is just like such a good combination in the current meta. Having like especially fire types right now. I feel like so many people don't really expect fire type Pokemon that maybe I want to make another video about something like a Talonflame or something as well. It is just looking like a very good meta for fire type Pokemon, as the opponent here is maybe going to be able to knock us out. I don't really care too much about this. Cresselia, have fun with that, because we have now a shield advantage and we have our Ninetales. We also still have a lot of lag though, which is of course the current state of the game. It's so funny for me like that there was like a time where it was just fixed for a few days and then it was all going bad again, but I think this is actually not a counter variant of the opponent here, is it? No, that's much shot variant of the opponent's Poliwrath, and that's something that kind of catches me off guard here, especially with Dynamic Punch, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? But I swap out into the Talonflame we kind of find here anyway. Next opponent, we're going to have a horrible lead, but we're going to have 2 great ends in the back. Here's one issue for this kind of scenario. A lot of times when they have a Magnezone in the lead, they have 2 good answers for our backline in the back as well. So that is kind of awkward. If I went here, for example, to my Ninetales, of course I would have had a better time, but we don't know what is still lurking here in the back. But let's find out what's going to be lurking in the back, as he goes forward actually into the Wigglytuff, which does seem to be like a little bit of a silly play, but we know already that Wigglytuff has no play against that Magnezone, and we kind of have to rely on an entire sweep of Ninetales, and we have to just hope there's something in the back that we can deal with. We go in here with 1 fast move energy advantage, and wow, look at this, it's a Goodra. So no matter what I've done here in this battle, like there was no way of me winning this one. Completely hard countered. Backline hard counter, lead hard counter. We can just move on to the next one. Next one, let's see what this is going to be. Feraligatr in the lead. That's going to be quite a lovely lead. That's kind of what we want to see as well. Oh look, we have insane amounts of lag, and the opponent definitely got some free fast moves in. Isn't that great? State of the game is lovely, honestly. Like, what is this? Steelix comes in, which is a decent matchup for us, and honestly I just take the energy advantage as they have a double resisted fast move here, and now I can swap out into my Quagsire. Should be able to go for that Awkward Tail spam, and 1 Awkward Tail is a very likely going to be already enough to knock them out, but they get the crunch off. Of course they get the defense drop immediately, because why not, 30% chance, and so we are still in a good spot because we can align ourselves, have a shield disadvantage, have quite a lot of energy on our Quagsire, can go for a double Awkward Tail here, which is going to be better than a Stone Edge because it can force a shield, which we get here, while still doing a ton of damage against the opponent. Cool thing here is, and that's also why Wigglytuff is honestly way too broken, and I hope that Charm gets a little bit nerfed, we can just go ahead and go for an Icy Wind against whatever they have in the back. And now you might think, oh, game over, you're going to be completely broken by this Bastion, and yeah, whatever, like the Feraligatr that's still lurking in the back. Turns out we are actually quite in a decent spot. We're going to be able to get this move off against them. They are already in the deep red health. We are going to be able to take the moves away easier now thanks to the debuff of Icy Wind. And oh, look at this, we can fully farm them down. And this also allows us now to go for a double Weather Ball against the opponent's Feraligatr. And this is going to win us this battle, as the opponent doesn't even have the energy anymore, and Ninetales completely swept the opponent. So yeah, Ninetales is quite nice, alright? Next opponent, let's see what they're going to have. Deoxys in the lead. Currently, there is a team floating around which I really despise playing against, which is Deoxys in the lead, Saysop, Lickitung, and in the back the wigglytuff. And honestly, I really don't like playing against this team, but it is what it is. The opponent stays in here, which can kind of also showcase that they might have that team here as well. But let's find what they... Oh, actually, they decided to go for another charge move here. Let's find out what they are planning. We decided to use a shield here. Maybe we should have used the shield before, but they swap out into a Gligar, which is going to be fine, as we are going to be able to go for that awkward tail again. This is going to be able to get them quite low, and we try to reach another one as he uses a shield here on the potential dig. That is going to be quite nice for us, as now awkward tail is coming through, I want to say, but actually not, because they go for another charge move. It's going to be another dig. We can still survive though, and we have a ton of energy now for whatever is coming in next, because awkward tail is going to get the knockout here. They're not going to use a shield, of course, but they're going to have that Lickitung in the back as expected. Like kind of the core that a lot of people are running right now is just Lickitung and Deoxys. We can swap out still into our wigglytuff, trying to reach a charge move in time, but we cannot, and they even deny my fast move damage here, which I don't know if this was actually correct. I think it should have went through, but let's see if this is going to matter or not. We still have quite some nice amount of energy on our Ninetales here, but they sub out into the Deoxys. They have more energy than I expected, and one cycle boost is sadly going to be enough to knock us into the deep red health, and that's going to be a good game. Moving on, oh look at this, another Magnezone. Let's see if we can at least win this time around, or if they have another hard counter matchup. Oh, look at this, it's going to be another hard counter matchup. We're going to have a Cresselia in the back. A lot of times Magnezone is paired with Cresselia, so it's not really too surprising about this one. Like, that's a very common core right now. A lot of times they have like something like a Gligar instead, as well as like a middle Pokemon for that one, like a Say Swap. But let's see here, Grass not coming through. We decide to use a shield, which seems a little bit silly, but we should be able to win the 0 to 2 shield scenario. So like if the opponent keeps like 2 shields and we use, no wait, if we use 2 shields and the opponent keeps 0, then we're going to be fine. But they of course use a shield here, as we can catch the move onto our Ninetales. It's going to be a resisted Grass Knot. We have a shield disadvantage, but as expected, it's actually going to be the Gligar in the back, which is quite hilarious. But we're still not down yet, because we're still going to have that one answer to the opponent's Magnezone in our Quagsire. We have some lag there again. We're going to see the opponent going for an aerial ace. That's going to be fine. We're kind of forced to go into our Quagsire here, which I was actually not really expecting. I thought we would go into our wigglytuff instead. But apparently I decided to go into my Quagsire to just get rid of them. I have to swap out here in time, and I can swap out in time into my wigglytuff, as they're forced to go for a charge move against me. This is going to be a Grass Knot, hopefully. Let's see if it's going to be a Grass Knot. It is going to be a Grass Knot. They might actually have another Grass Knot started with that one as well, as we try to reach that Icy Wind, which we cannot reach, as they go for that Mirror Shot, which is going to knock us not out. And this might actually be quite important, because now the Icy Wind going to drop the opponent's attack, which is very huge if we can survive another hit. Because of this, we have to kind of overfarm if they have a double Grass Knot there. We can survive with a 1 HP, farm them down, and they decide to go ahead and go for the charge move as well. This is a CMP tie, which we win with a 1 HP and a dream. Honestly, I feel like the odds of winning this battle were quite low, but let's take a look here at the next opponent. I make a little bit of a mistake here. I should have not swapped out straight away with my wigglytuff. Should have kept some energy there. Tried to get them a little bit lower. Low enough as well to get them into range for just one awkward tail and a few mud shots. I think this would have been way better, so a little bit of a panic swap, but at the end of the day, if it would have been something different than a Steelix, like a Galarian Stunfisk, needing the energy there for the Quagsire would be quite crucial. So like having a little bit of an energy, yeah, not the biggest energy disadvantage, would have been quite crucial. So it's a reacting game, Go Battle League, so it is what it is. We're going to see here that we have 2 awkward tails stored, and if they use a shield here, they're gonna be screwed, and they decide to use a shield, and so they're gonna go down to the next awkward tail, leaving us with switch advantage, leaving us with a shield advantage, and leaving us with seeing what they have in the back. It is going to be that Bastiodon, where we can swap out into the Ninetales, and while again, this looks like a bad matchup, you have a fire type against a Bastiodon, not today, man, because we have Scorching stance, getting them insanely low, getting the attack drop, and getting that victory. Next opponent, we're going to have a lovely lead of Annihilate. This Pokemon is... Look at the lag, like look at like whatever happened there just now. Like we didn't get a single charm through in like 4 turns or something. Nothing happened on our side. The opponent just is able to swap out and have now a great matchup with that Cresselia. Honestly, I am so annoyed about the current state of the game. Like, of course, I was not really able to see as well how much energy they gained with that after the lag. it is just kind of mad. Like, it is just kind of madness, and I think this might also completely cost me the game now, which, I don't know, like, let me know in the comment section how it is currently for you. Like, it was fixed for like 2 days, like, not really fixed, like, it was still lagging, but at least like frame drops were gone. But the stage right now is crazy. We see the wigglytuff coming in, the LilyKatchum coming in here, by the way, which is quite interesting, as we're gonna swap out now into the Quagsire, trying to do some damage against the opponent's Annihilate, and we maybe still have a chance here of winning this battle after having such a horrible matchup here in the lead, basically with the lag. But let's see what the opponent does here. They're gonna go for Night Surge, allowing me to go for an Awkward Tail, trying to get them a little bit lower, maybe even get a knockout. Let's see what the opponent tries to do here. They let the move go through. And we cannot get the knockout because they can still go for that Night Slash, which is going to be quite annoying as they get the boost even here as well, which does maybe actually matter. Like, they got one counter in with the boost. Maybe if you're going to lose by like 1 HP, that's going to be quite a crucial boost for the opponent, but let's see. The Ice Event coming through, gonna get shielded very likely here, but of course the attack is going to be dropped from the opponent, so we can definitely still take another hit from them. But can we get to our own charge move in time is the question here. Body Slam coming through, and we can barely not. And so we're going to lose the battle. I don't think the boost really mattered, but let's move on to the next one. Of course, I think the lag really mattered in the beginning, though. Here we're going to have a mirror lead, which I kind of want to not have, because what we're going to have here is we have also kind of the save swap of Quagsire to bait our potential Poliwrath, so we don't have to deal with this Pokemon with our Ninetales, but also just in general we have a very good answer to wigglytuff in the back with our Ninetales. And so here, while this looks pretty bad for me, I'm actually quite happy about the scenario that we're in, because we can align ourselves later on. And we just have to hope that there's something in the back where Ninetales is neutral against, because we already have one good matchup for that Ninetales. So they go for the Ice Wind here, they can go for a Scald against my wigglytuff. I don't really care too much about it. I can just try to swap out afterwards into my Ninetales, aligning myself up against, let's find out, very likely another Fighting type Pokemon. No, it's good. I mean, it's kind of a Fighting type Pokemon. It's going to be that Vigoroth, where we are going to not be able to outspeed usually, but we have a little bit of a fast move advantage, and this might actually come in clutch, but we have to see if this is going to be the case. We can go ahead and go for one Weather Ball here, get the shield. We can try to go for another one, which does not work out. I think I might be able to knock them out, but then again, I'm going to be quite low after 2 shields against the counter user with our Ninetales. That Charm might be a little bit too tough for us to take, but yes, we can actually get the knockout against the Vigoroth, knocking them out with that Shadow Ninetales with a drip on, and we try our best to swap out into our wigglytuff, which maybe was actually a mistake. Maybe I should have stayed in and tried to go for a move there, but I only get 2-1 Swift. Swift is going to come through, it's going to get them lower, but not low enough, and yeah, maybe I played a little bit bad, not too sure, but it is what it is. Sadly, the opponent going to be able to win this one. We can move on to the next one. Final battle for today, we're going to encounter a Dragonair in the lead, which is going to be a great lead for us. I swap out into the Quagsire, and I kind of want to get them into a position where I can get a shield from them. And I kind of just want to get them, maybe even an Ice Event onto them, just so the matchup is a little bit easier for my own Quagsire. I decided to use a shield here against the opponent. Let's see what they're gonna do. They're gonna go for that Awkward Tail as I can. Go ahead, go for that Ice Event, try to get the knockout or get the debuff. I'm gonna take the debuff here and now swap on to my own Quagsire. Maybe should just swap out straight away and not went for that extra charm, because now they got my energy. The Awkward Tail is not going to two-shot us, not even close. They can go straight for another one, but I can overfarm. And overfarming will allow me to go for Stone Edge later on against their Dragon type Dragonair. And so let's see how this is gonna go for us. Awkward Tail gonna get the knockout. In comes the Dragonair. We will be able to go for that Stone Edge. That is going to be able to take the, not knockout, but get them kind of low enough to shot them down. And in the back it's going to be a Lantern. That's going to be quite an awkward matchup. Can we still win against a Lantern? Lantern has access to Surf, of course. That is not going to be a great matchup at all. But maybe we can still do something here. Ninetales coming in, trying to go straight for that Weather Ball. Why? Because we kind of want to get them into a range where we can charm them down. If they let the move go through, which they do, we might put them there perfectly. So let's see what we do here. We're gonna let the Surf go through. We have to swap out eventually, which I was a little bit slow with. I don't know why, to be fair. But I get the free fast move in as well, which is cool. The opponent goes for a Surf. And at this point, this should be Fire Spin range, and I think we're going to be able to win the final battle here, and this can be it for the showcase for the Shadow Kanto Ninetales. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.